In our last video, what we did is we added our main power supply battery, we put in a master switch, SAE quick connect for the battery, and we put in our power block. So now what we're going to do in this video is we're going to go ahead and we're going to put some USB ports back by the seat in the panel that comes on the native kayaks, and we're also going to put in a switch and some LED lights. Alright guys, next thing we're going to do is we're going to put a USB in this panel back here by the cockpit. We're going to put this in so that if we can plug our phone in to charge it, or if we want to put another GoPro maybe back here on a rail mount, we'll have power for that as well. There's just a number of things, as you guys know, that use USB. So always handy to have them in. So we're going to go ahead and mount that in this panel. Native makes it really nice. You can take the panel off with the 6 screws, and then you can go ahead and put whatever you want into this panel. And like I said at the beginning of the video, we're going to put the USB in here, and then we're going to put just a couple of strips of LED lights in here, and we're going to put the switch for that in this panel too. What's nice about this from Native is that if you ever want to switch this up, you can order a new panel from them and start from scratch. So we'll go ahead and get the panel off and get our hole drilled, and we'll go from there. We got the panel off, and as you can see, Native does a really nice job of opening up the side of the hole for you so you can run a wire. And just to make it a little bit easier, we're going to use a fish, and that's just a stiff piece of wire that will run up here. We'll guide up front, we'll hook the wire on it, and then we can pull the wires for it. Alright, so we're going to pull the wires, we're going to drill a hole in here, and we're going to mount our USB in that plate, and then we'll get back to you once that's done. Alright? Alright, we got our wires pulled up through there. We're going to go ahead and put our spade connectors on here. And you can see on this, there's a spade connector on here, so we're going to go ahead and put the female on the ends of the wire, and then we'll have that to connect on here. We got our connectors to put onto the back of our USB. The back here is marked negative and positive, it's pretty clear. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and drill our hole in this panel for our USB port. I'm just putting this plate back on so I have something to drill against, because we're going to put the hole in there now for the USB. Alright? This panel back off, and then we'll get that connector connected on and the wires hooked up to the back of it. Alright, we got our USB port put in, we got that in our panel, and we got our switch, and we have our positive and negative to our USB. So we're going to go ahead and get the panel back installed, finish up the wiring to our block up front. If you remember, we got the block, so we're just simple positive into that block and a negative, and then we'll get back to you and show you how everything is once it's all back together. So we decided we're going to put the LED lights back kind of below the seat on that plastic platform, and it's a little trickier and a little bit more involved to get the wires back to that area. So what we're going to do is we're going to take the seat off of the platform so we can see and work in that area, and then we're going to just drill a real small hole for the LED wires to run through the side of the kayak and then just come out right by the seat platform. We'll wire that into the LED lights, we'll connect the switch and the leads back into the power block, put the seat back on, get the LEDs adhered to the front of the seat, and so that's the deal. That's how we ran the lights back and put those on the switch. All right guys, we got our battery in with the SAE plug, so we can get that out. We've got our master switch, so we can turn the power on. That turns our power on to our socket that we put up front for the nav lights, and it turns on our power back here to our USB. So we've got that powered up, and it also powers our switch and our LED lights that we put just below the seat to light up the cockpit a little bit. So pretty cool deal. Again, you got a master switch here up front that shuts everything off, which is nice when you're back, or you can shut the LEDs off and everything else stays powered. So guys, that's it. Pretty cool deal. I'm excited to get this thing on the water. Come on, warm weather, and get rid of the ice. If you like this video, smash that like button, subscribe to the channel. See you next time.